Hello, I'm Jake Parrott of Haus Alpenz. We import several categories of aromatized wines, but today we're going to focus on Quinquina and Chinato, the wines bittered with quinine. We'll look at each of our 5 quinine bittered wines and talk about their history, traditional use, and mixology. What is quinine? It's the primary compound extracted from the bark of the Cinchona tree, which grows in subtropical and tropical climates. Quinine was first used as a restorative by the Quechua people in Peru and Bolivia, but did not come to Europe until the 1600s. Until the later 1800s, it was purely a pharmacy preparation. But much like CBD today, the late 1800s saw a meteoric rise in quinine-infused products. And like botanicals such as wormwood and gentian, many of those products were tasty grape-based drinks, which took the name Chinato in Italy and Quinquina in France. First, let's touch briefly on Italian Chinato. Its ancestral home is Piedmont, Italy's foremost wine region. In its most famous incarnation, the Cinchona bark gets macerated with other spices, citrus, and bitter notes in alcohol, added to finished wine, and sweetened, usually a fair amount. And when that wine is the famous Nebbiolo from Barolo, the results can be magnificent. Our Cocchi Barolo Chinato was one of the first examples of the style. Drink it with chocolate. The botanicals refresh the palate completely. Or for a true indulgence in the style of the Cocchi bar in Asti, drink it warm. Quinine became a societal force in France, where the growth of modern city society and popular media spurred it on. Grape growers and wine producers saw this and decided to blend their grapes with local botanicals and the quinine everybody wanted. Production cost was low and the results were super tasty. Those producers saw hip city dwellers as more than just a market for a yummy aperitif. By using local ingredients and imagery associated with their regions, their quinquinas evoked the places they came from. They paired well with the local cheeses and meats. In short, quinquinas became advertisements for far-flung parts of France, for vacationing or doing business. Now, what's in a quinquina? Most quinquinas differ from other aromatized wines in that the base grapes are never fermented. Rather, producers use a mixture called mistel, where unfermented grape juice gets fortified with neutral alcohol right away, stopping the ferment but keeping all the natural sugar, acidity, and fresh grape flavor. Some of that fortifying alcohol is infused with botanicals. Cinchona bark is required, and the other botanicals help give the finished quinquina a local signature. The sugar in the finished product has to balance the grapes and botanicals. In some cases, producers don't add more sugar. In others, they do. Quinquina is a distinct category of aromatized wine with its own mixing characteristics. If you've had success substituting a quinquina for a vermouth in a cocktail, great, but that doesn't mean the two are interchangeable. If you're looking to build original cocktails with quinquinas, consider 2 factors to work off of. 1, the mistel. Mistel has more primary grape flavors and acidity, but less aroma than finished wine. So quinquinas often work great with highly aromatic spirits, such as agricole rums or agave spirits. And you don't need much of the spirit for that aroma and flavor to shine through. Perfect for aperitifs, reverse drinks, or highball type drinks. The second is the flavor of quinine. It's a bitter, dry spice character. It can complement the vanilla from oak, but it can also add breadth and finish to floral or herbal components, such as vermouth or modern gin. Now I'll take you through our 4 quinquinas. 2 from Mattei, founded in 1872, Byrrh, founded in 1873, and Bonal, founded in 1865. These quinquinas were at the vanguard of quinquina culture back in the day in France, and we are grateful to be able to share them with you today. We'll talk about each of these quinquinas, and I'll share a few cocktail recipes that show their mixing potential. Our website's recipe database has many more. Mattei Cap Corse Blanc comes from Corsica, an island in the Mediterranean. Today, Corsica is known for beautiful wines with ripe fruit, great acidity, and minerality from volcanic soils. Mattei's quinquinas capture all of those attributes, plus the famous citrus of the island. Mattei Blanc starts with a mistel of local grapes. Vermentino brings acidity and minerality. Muscat brings fruit. The local citrus, cedrat, a perfumed fella that looks like an enormous lemon, brings a ton of aroma. Mattei adds no more sugar to the grapes, so their quinquinas are relatively dry, perfect for cocktails with multiple sweet ingredients. We love it just with soda and a twist, and it pairs amazingly with sheep's milk cheeses or other aperitif snacks. Mattei Blanc is a great way to see the concepts of mixing we talked about earlier. In the Sisters and Brothers, an aromatic white rum brings its own nose to a killer stirred drink. In the Mediterranean martini, a modern gin brings complementary floral or herbal notes. And the Colomba and Proud and Prepared demonstrate Mattei Blanc's usefulness in low alcohol cocktails. The Mattei Rouge starts with the same mistel as the Blanc, but the bitter botanicals are more robust, including local bitter orange and walnut husks. The extra bitterness means that Mattei Rouge comes across even drier than the Blanc. We like a Mattei Rouge spritz with a grapefruit peel, and it stands up beautifully to all kinds of cured meats. Mattei Rouge loves wooded spirits and creates more savory cocktails than a red vermouth would. The North Coast Highball demonstrates Mattei Rouge's love for apple brandies and its capacity to withstand a lot of dilution. The Separatist, with Cardamaro, brings the complementary botanical cardoon in to create a lovely low-alcohol cocktail. Byrrh, yes, pronounced beer, comes from the Roussillon in the far southwest of France. The grapes in Byrrh are local, mainly the rich red grapes, Grenache and Carignan, and the other botanicals bolster the fun and fruity profile. Locals drink it with tonic and a lemon peel, and because its character is a bit like port, it's a natural with blue cheeses, such as Roquefort, from not too far away. Byrrh's relative sweetness means that it can take to other bitter flavors well, and like other quinquinas, it loves aromatic spirits. In the Todeville Sunrise, just a little mezcal adds aroma and punch to Byrrh and grapefruit juice. The Trudeau shows the classic combination of quinquina and vermouth, with just a bit of whiskey along for the ride as well. Bonal's label has a gentian plant on it, even though Bonal always was marketed as quinquina. The gentian, a mountain plant, is the primary link between Bonal's profile and the mountains of the Grande Chartreuse range in the Alps, which is Bonal's home. Here, the grapes are more neutral in flavor to put the focus on the savory mixture of botanicals. Ice and lemon peel is delightful, and once again, if it grows together, it goes together. So pair Bonal with mountain cheeses, such as Gruyere. Even though Bonal has a darker profile, it still shines in low alc and reverse drinks, such as the Fire on the Mountain. And I recommend Bonal as the next aromatized wine for all of you out there who are happy with your Manhattan specs. Todd Smith's Bonal and Rye is a delicious, savory take on a classic whiskey cocktail. For more information on the history and uses of all of our quinquinas and Chinato, visit our website at alpenz.com and our social media at Haus Alpenz. Our producer's website also provides great historical content. Make sure to subscribe to the Haus Alpenz YouTube channel for more in-depth education. Thank you.